What's going on, everyone? It's EPL Dude 96 here. Welcome to episode number 3 of the Cincinnati Reds Legends Fantasy Franchise. And in this episode, we are going to continue our road trip in California, finishing out the series in Los Angeles against the Dodgers and beginning a 4-game set in San Diego against the Padres. As you see the Dodgers lineup right here, they've got legends like Jose Reyes, Al Kaline, Joe Carter, and Brooks Robinson. And of course, if you like the Reds content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Josh Hamilton, top of the second inning with a big home run there to right field to start things off in episode number 3. Hamilton is starting to find his groove this season as Mike Trout in the top of the 4th inning is going to hit this one to center. Great diving grab there by Tyler Naquin. Josh Hamilton back up right after that Trout hit, and he is going to crush one to center field. His second homer of the day, his 5th of the season. 2-0 Reds. Big hits there from Josh Hamilton. Moving over to the top of the 5th inning, and Joe Morgan is going to clock one in between left and center field as Pedro Serrano circles from first all the way to home as Morgan gets himself an RBI double to make it 3-0 to Cincinnati in the top of the 5th inning. Into the bottom of the 5th, Randy Johnson, the starter in this game. He had an incredible outing last time out, a shutout, 14 strikeout performance, and in this 5th inning, he did not stop there. 3 strikeouts in the 5th, and keeping that shutout streak alive. Only 2 hits allowed through 5 innings. To the top of the 6th, Josh Hamilton's not done yet. He's going to hit another one way deep into center field. Is it number 3? Not quite. It just hits off of the wall over the head of Tyler Naquin in center. A big double for Josh Hamilton. Continuing on in the 6th inning, here's Gary Sanchez. He's going to hit this low pitch to left field to bring Hamilton home and make it a 4-0 game for the Cincinnati Reds. Here's a nice play here in the bottom of the 6th. Jose Reyes on first for the Dodgers, one of the fastest players in baseball history. Johnson's going to pitch it out, and Gary Sanchez is going to throw him out at second. Big play there from the Cincinnati Reds defensively. And then right immediately after, Randy Johnson is going to keep his shutout streak alive as he's going to pop out DJ LeMahieu to Serrano out in right field. Top of the 7th now, Hamilton back up. Is he going to be 4 for 4? Of course he is. He's going to hit that one way deep into right field, over the right fielder's head. Is that going to bring in 2? It is going to bring in 2. An errant throw to the cutoff. 6-0 Reds. Another 2 RBIs for Josh Hamilton, giving him 4 on the day. Bottom of the 7th now, Randy Johnson is going to strike out Joe Carter. He's still keeping that shutout streak alive. That is 16 straight shutout innings. And Gary Sanchez is going to get himself another home run. Top of the 8th inning, 7-0 Reds now as the bats are flying here in the rain of Dodger Stadium. Next batter up in the 8th inning, Pedro Serrano. Back-to-back home runs as he hits that one way deep into left field. 8-0 Reds in the top of the 8th inning. Randy Johnson is still pitching. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Will Smith up to bat. He's going to strike him out as well. 17 straight shutout innings and 24 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. Top of the 9th inning, Josh Hamilton makes it 5 for 5 and 3 home runs. What a home run. Right down center field towards those Dodger Stadium speakers to make it 9-0 for the Reds. Runners on second and third, nobody out, and Gary Sanchez is going to dribble one to Reyes at short. He's going to bring in a run. That's Joey Votto to make it 10-0, and then Jorge Soler comes in to pinch hit. Reyes cannot field that at short, and that makes it 11-0 for the Reds. An extra 3 runs in that 9th inning as Cincinnati is going to come away with a massive victory. Randy Johnson pitching 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 walk. But the story of the game was Josh Hamilton, 5 for 5 with 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 4 runs as the Reds make it 2 in a row. Can they get the sweep in LA? It's a much nicer day for the 3rd match in the series, and it starts off with a Gary Sanchez home run in the 2nd inning. The Kraken with a 2nd straight game of home runs, and Josh Hamilton is not done yet as he hits that break-in pitch from LeBlanc that was hanging into the left center gap to bring home Joe Morgan. An RBI double for Josh Hamilton, giving him 6 ribbies in his last 6 at-bats here at Dodger Stadium. Top of the 3rd now, Pedro Serrano wants to get back into the action. He hits this one towards the left field line. It's going to bounce into the corner. Josh Hamilton's going to run from second to home as Serrano gets an RBI double, 3-0 Reds. Here's Gene Segura, who's getting a lot more game time for the struggling Gio Urshela, and Segura's going to hit one, a blooper to center, to make it 4-0 for the Reds as Serrano comes home. Reds offense has been fantastic. Matthew Boyd starting for Cincinnati in this game. Bottom of the 3rd inning. He's going to get a big strikeout there as he pitched no hits in the first 3 innings. Didn't allow a base runner either. 4-0 Reds. Bases loaded for Josh Hamilton, and he's going to get himself another hit. Is it going to be 1 RBI? It's going to be 2 RBIs. It's going to be 3 RBIs as we get a bases clearing double from Josh Hamilton to make it 7-0. 9 RBIs in his last 7 at-bats. Here is the first run of the game that came for the Dodgers. Nice little hit there down the left field line as LA scores in the 5th inning. There goes the Reds' shutout streak. 2 runners on now, and a big home run here from Jesus Sucre. And the Dodgers are starting to show some life a little bit. 7-4 now as we skip all the way to the 9th inning here. Jean Segura back up. He's going to get his 2nd RBI of the day as he hits that one to the center right gap. And circling all the way to home is going to be Gary Sanchez to make it 8-4 to the Reds. Massive offensive performances from Cincinnati. Already 19 runs in their last 2 games. Make it 20. Joe Morgan hits that one to center field to bring home another run. And then in for the last inning is Rick Porcello, but he's going to give up a home run there. A nice solo shot for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th inning from Pete Alonso. But it was too little too late for the Dodgers as the Reds are going to complete their first sweep of the season. A 9-5 win over the Dodgers to seal it on a 3-game winning streak. Another 18-hit game. Sanchez 4 for 5 with an RBI and a homer. Another 4 RBIs for Josh Hamilton and another 2-hit ball game for Mike Trout. On to San Diego. The 4-game set in Petco Park begins against the Padres, who have Ozzie Smith, Joe DiMaggio, Mark McGwire, and Andre Dawson. This should be a very good series indeed. Weather is a lot nicer over here as the Reds are looking to win their 4th straight game. They are 11-7. The Padres are 8-11. It's a good pitcher's duel between Zach Davies and Masahiro Tanaka, and Tanaka is going to actually be the first Red to get a hit in this game with 2 outs in the 3rd. Bottom of the 5th now, Tanaka pitching. Runner on, it's Andre Dawson, but it's going to be a double play. Nice defense there from the Reds, a 6-4-3 DP. 2 on, bottom of the 5th, Davies batting again. And here's a nice little play from Jean Segura at 3rd. He's going to just able to tag the runner out, going for 3rd base. Still 0-0 into the 6th inning, and there is the first home run of the season for Joey Votto, who's been getting a lot of RBIs, still didn't get that long ball. 2-run shot, 2-0 Reds. Here's another big play here for the Reds in the 6th inning. It's a basic carbon copy double play from the inning before. Top 7 bases loaded for Joe Morgan, who's been having a big day in San Diego. He's going to hit this one just off of the wall, and that is the 2nd straight game the Reds get a bases clearing double. This time it comes from Joe Morgan for 3 RBIs, 5-0 Cincinnati. Here's Mike Trout in the top of the 7th inning. He is going to hit that one straight into the face of the Padres pitcher. That was freaky stuff right there. Here's Andre Dawson up now as he's going to break the shutout for Masahiro Tanaka in the bottom of the 7th inning. A solo shot for one of the great athletes of our time. Joe DiMaggio up now for the Padres as he is going to clobber one into left field. 5-4 now. The Padres are making it a game here late in the 8th inning. But once again, it is too little too late for the Reds' opposition. Goose Gossage comes in for the save. Votto tags out the last runner. And the Reds start out the series with a 5-4 win in San Diego. 4 straight wins now. Tanaka, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, no earned. 2 hits and 3 RBIs for Joe Morgan, and Joey Votto getting that first home run of the season. 2nd game of the series, last game of the episode. Mike Trout on display for the Reds, and pitching for the Padres is former Cy Young winner Chris Sale. 2-1 to start the season, 2.77 ERA, already 34 strikeouts. And to start the game, first batter, 3-1 count. Joe Morgan is going to hit a single to extend his hitting streak now to 10 games. Morgan and Trout both around that high 300, 400 average range. They've had great starts to the season. And for the 2nd game in a row, Mike Trout is going to assault the pitcher with a baseball. He is still out, but instead of hitting the pitcher in the face, he hits Chris Sale in the gut. And then Josh Hamilton is going to come in. He gets out, but he still gets an RBI. So a good start for the Reds offensively. A 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st with Chris Sale pitching as Joe Morgan scores. Kenta Maeda starting. He's had a bad start to the year. 0-3, 11.7 ERA, getting one last chance before he's taken out of the rotation. And he actually had a pretty good first inning, a 1-2-3 first inning. Joe DiMaggio popping out there to Pedro Serrano in right field as the Reds lead 1-0 after 1. Joey Votto up in the 2nd inning against the lefty Chris Sale, and Votto makes it 2 games in a row with homers, his 2nd homer of the year as he kills one to right field, and make it 2-0 for the Cincinnati Reds, who offensively are very, very consistent right now. They have been looking fantastic. and getting 2 quick runs against one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball in Chris Sale, as Joey Votto taps home plate right there for the run. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 outs, nobody on for the Padres. Mark McGwire up, and he is going to hit one deep. Carrying. Trout maybe looking for the great play, but he can't get it, as Mark McGwire gets a run for the Padres, his 9th home run of the year, a solo shot off of Kenta Maeda. 2-1 now. Top of the 6th inning, runner on second for the Reds, and Gene Segura is starting to pick up some heat here as he gets himself an RBI single to bring home a run for the Reds. 3-1 now. Reds with a decent lead, but it's not substantial against a very powerful Padres hitting team. Ozzie Smith with 1 out and bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning is going to make it 3-2 as he brings home a run to keep bases loaded as well. Reds need to get themselves 2 outs here, but they're just not going to. Here's a big RBI from Eric Sogard. He's going to hit a sac fly here to left field to Josh Hamilton. The runner is going to come home very easily, and Padres will tie the game 3-all here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still bases loaded, 2 outs though. Mark McGwire up. He's not going to give the Padres the lead though. Thrown out at second base, and Iglesias gets out of the jam. 8th inning now. Bases loaded again for the Padres. Is this another jam that's going to be getting out of? You bet it is. Trout catches that one. Still 3-3. And this game seems like it could go the distance, and it is going to go to the distance. Mark McGwire up. 2 outs for Rick Porcello. He's going to ground out too short there and is going to get out at first base. So we go to extra innings. Let's see how long it's going to take. I don't think it'll take that long. Do you think it's going to take that long?
2 hours later.
We're in the 18th inning. End it, please. Oh, Wilson Ramos! It's gone! It only took 15 hours, but the Reds finally were able to get a home run in the top of the 18th inning after both teams used their whole bullpen. Padres used Whitey Ford, one of their starters, in the 18th inning. But Wilson Ramos, the backup catcher for the Reds, gets his first home run of the year and ends the suffering for everyone in the stands, everyone in the dugouts, as yes, this game decided to take its sweet, sweet time. Nobody had any threats from inning 10 to inning 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, until inning number 18. And then our last bullpen arm in the game, final out, and we get away with the win. So 5 straight wins for the Reds. They pull out the marathoner 4-3 win over the Padres to start the series with 2 wins on the trot. And in California right now, Cincinnati is 5-0. Big dubs for the Reds. Some big offense, some good pitching performances from the likes of Randy Johnson and Masahiro Tanaka. Still no wins for Kenta Maeda. But right now, the Cincinnati Reds are looking like a force to be reckoned with in the NL Central as well as the National League. If you want to see what the rest of the teams and some of the standings look like, you can check out last stream's episode, which is on the channel. 4-3 win, 11 hits for the Reds, 15 for the Padres. Middleton the win, and Whitey Ford the loss after giving up the game-winning home run to Wilson Ramos, who was 2 for 7 on the day. Pedro Serrano was 2 for 6. Joey Votto got an RBI off of that home run. Keenan Middleton pitching 3 innings out of the pen, 16th, 17th, and 18th innings. 3 hits for J.D. Davis, a home run, 1 for 8 game for Mark McGwire. Some pretty wild stats there. But next time out for the Reds franchise with a 13-7 record, we are going to be streaming, concluding the series against the Padres, and getting underway with our 3-game home set against the Atlanta Braves. And then our next episode looks like we'll be on the road in St. Louis and New York, taking on the Cardinals and the Mets. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this action-packed episode of the Cincinnati Reds franchise. Make sure to like, comment on the video, subscribe for more sports gaming content. I'm EPL Dude 96. See you guys next time.